Hi everyone, welcome back. So the Sephora sale is happening now and I'm going to give you all of my recommendations for it, from hair care to fragrance and of course makeup. The sale is happening until the 10th of November and I'm sorry my video is a little bit late. I got the stomach flu and that put a wrench in quite a few things. I wasn't even able to go out for Halloween, which was so sad. I was going to be sexy Clark Kent. I was so sad, you guys. So yeah, that put a riff in my schedule as well. But if you're here watching this, I appreciate you and I'm so sorry. But let's just get right into it. There's a lot of the usual suspects in today's video, I will say. So I'll start with hair care. So my favorite line to this day is still the Devoness Oil line. I love the shampoo, the conditioner, and the hair oil. I try so many different hair products and I always turn back to these. These are my holy grail. Talking about my hair type, I have very thin, fine hair and it's also curly. So curly hair usually tends to lean on the dry side. So this is a more hydrating, moisturizing shampoo, but it doesn't feel heavy throughout my hair, nor does it make me go greasy like right away. And it works amazing if you have hair extensions like I do. I've gone through so many different pairs, so many different types of hair with hair extensions because they can't produce their own oils. You need to kind of add a lot more moisture to them. You need to baby them a little bit more than your actual hair that grows from your scalp. So I don't know why I said the longest sentence ever there, but these just add the right hydration and makes them last so long. This specific set of extensions I've been wearing for the last year and they still look really, really nice. I swear by these products. And with the oil, I love to use this before I blow dry my hair or after I'm done styling my hair if I find it to be a little bit frizzy or I just need to add a little bit more shine. With this, I'll add like one pump and I really work it into my hands to warm it up, and then it works so beautifully. It's really nice and rich. It's a bit on the thicker side, but it doesn't weigh down your style at all. It's just really hydrating, nourishing, and adds a ton of shine without making your hair look piecey or weird. For a leave-in conditioner, my favorite one for a while has been this Kerastase, the Nutritive. It's so nice. This one says that it's made for dry, fine to medium hair, and I love this one because it's light. It feels really nice and slippery, which I like, so I don't like yoink all my hairs out, especially because I'm on the finer side. But the best thing about this one is that it doesn't weigh down my style. This one's meant for like blowout styles, so it leaves the bounce. And the last hair recommendation I have in this little section is the K18 dry shampoo. This has been my favorite since it's come out. I go through one a year and it's just amazing. You spray it in and it's damp. You only need the tiniest amount, but it is so powerful. It dries out quickly and it turns into like a very thin, fine powder, not like a classic spray on dry shampoo. It feels a lot finer and it just mattifies and adds volume to your hair. Makes it feel brand new, like brand new, fresh out of the shower new. It's amazing. Now for some body care. The L'Occitane products are so nice. Okay, first with the shower oil. I was so hesitant about this. I've heard about it nonstop for years online, but this shower oil is truly that girl. But now that I have it in my shower, it's like my precious. Every time I order something from Sephora and they have a little sample of it available, I refill it, even though it just adds like maybe like an extra milliliter. I truly feel like Gollum with the ring with this golden juice. The first time I smelled this, I was like, oh, I get it. It smells like such a bright spa. Oh, it's so lovely. I use this when I feel like I need a little treat or pick-me-up in the shower. I thought this was just going to make my shower a slippery mess. Basically, it is a cleansing oil for your body. So once you add water, it emulsifies and it turns really rich and luxurious. I love putting this on like my exfoliating gloves, and it's just lovely, and it leaves your skin feeling nice and nourished and hydrated, not overstripped. So this is awesome in the winter time, especially if you live in a drier climate like I do. I've gotten into doing my nails over the past year and a bit, and this is my favorite hand cream. It is so nice and rich. I'll show you right now. It's a really thick cream. It almost looks like cream cheese coming out of the tube, and it's so cute and bouncy. But it's so nice and rich. Almost adds a pair of lotion gloves on your hands. Another amazing lifesaver for the drier months in the winter time, but this just helps to keep my cuticles nice, and especially someone who like knits and does a lot of stuff with their hands. I get like little calluses here and there, but I haven't had them. Now I want to talk about my favorite fragrances. I pulled the ones I wear throughout the year, and I have one new one that I've been loving. So you may like my recommendations if you tend to like white floral. something a little bit spicy but still fresh and sweet. That's where I kind of sit in the realm of fragrance. And I think I'm becoming more and more into fragrance as I go here, but I'll start with my fall favorite, which is the YSL Flowers and Flames. Oh, this is nice. This was my favorite last fall and I brought it back this fall. Its main accords are white floral, vanilla, lavender, citrus, sweet, coconut, aromatic, fresh, spicy, and green. I love green. Green's my favorite color. It's very warm and spicy, but still light and fresh at the same time. It's not too warm where it smells like too mysterious and like you can't approach me. It's still light and vibrant, which is nice. I'll talk about my year-round favorite now, which is Glossier You. This is very popular and there's a reason why. Like once you put it on your skin, it warms up to you and it just smells incredible, really warm and fresh, and it just smells like your natural scent, which that's its whole purpose. This one's main accords are musky, Irish, sorry, I got mixed up. Those are my jeans. Okay, this one's main accords are musky, iris, amber, powdery, soft, spicy, violet, floral, and earthy. I don't know where my voice is going. So yeah, this is an easy one to wear every day. It's not too overpowering. It's just fresh and nice. And they recently brought out a body lotion with the same fragrance. And I love a matching lotion to really lock in that fragrance all day. It makes it last longer. Or if you just want to use the body lotion, you still have that perfume in it. This is very brand new to me. I've only had it for like a week and a bit, so this is just like a little honorable mention. But once it's on your skin, it smells like the perfume. When you smell it out of the tub, it's a little bit like just a tub of musk, which is like, I don't know, it's a little off-putting. But on your skin, that's when it activates all of the notes. It's really lovely. I wear this throughout the year as well, but a lot in the wintertime. It's the Kayali Pistachio Gelato 33. Oh, this one's definitely on the sweeter side, but it still has a little bit of warmth to it. This is definitely the sweetest perfume. I'm not usually like candy forward kind of scent, but this one's so nice. Its main accords are sweet, woody, vanilla, nutty, and powdery. It always shocks me that I love this one so much because it doesn't sound like something I would go to, so I definitely recommend you giving this a sniff if maybe you resonate with the two prior ones I talked about. And the last one is my newest favorite. It's the one from Rare Beauty. This one took me by surprise. It smells so lovely. Right before I started filming this, I accidentally sprayed my face with it like a setting spray. I'm not used to this type of nozzle, but it's really cool. You can lock it. But anyways, the first time I wore this out of the house, I got complimented by 3 different people and I was like, okay, I think this is my new favorite. So this one's main accords are vanilla, sweet, powdery, caramel, woody, musky, warm spicy, fresh spicy, cacao, and soft spicy. This is like my all-encompassing kind of perfume. It has it all. It has it all from all the 3 other ones I was just talking about. It's really bright and fresh, but still warm and musky, so it still smells like you. Oh, it's just lovely. And the wear is really incredible. It lasts really well on my skin as well as my clothing. Now we're entering the makeup section, so there's a lot of the usual suspects here as well. I tried to highlight at least one product in every category, excluding mascara, because I love K-beauty mascaras, and no other mascara from Sephora can hold a candle to those. So getting into foundation, I have 3 to highlight. So my all-encompassing foundation, and it's been the same one for years, has been the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I've talked about this for years on end, so you know my spiel about it, but it's just my Old Faithful. It's truly so reliable. You can adjust the coverage as well as the finish very easily, and it wears wonderfully in all the climates. For the days I want to have very matte, blurred out skin to the max, but it's still very comfortable, my go-to is the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation. This one's amazing. A really cool product because it has a setting powder built into it. So with that being said, you do have to work a bit quicker with this. I like to work on one section at a time. It doesn't dry out like immediately, but if you apply foundations kind of like I do, where you swatch a little bit of the product in all 4 quadrants of your face, sometimes once you get to the forehead or whatever, it starts to get dry. So I like to just swipe a little bit on, work it in, then I'll move on to the other quadrant. It makes my skin look unreal and it wears incredibly well. And my favorite day-to-day that gives a very luminous light to medium coverage is the Givenchy Glow Serum Foundation. Now this is lovely. This is what I'm wearing on my skin today. I'll also list all of the shades and stuff if I forget to mention them like I just did. I'm wearing the shade 2N. It's lovely. Very thin consistency. It feels exactly like a serum, but it has a good amount of coverage and it does dry down a little bit, but it still leaves that gorgeous skin-like glow that we love. But it's nothing too emollient or greasy leaning, nor is it too drying where it like enhances every fine line. It's that perfect in between. It just looks like skin but improved and perfected, and it meshes well with everything and anything I pair with it, and that goes for all three of these foundations. Now for concealers, this one's actually a color corrector. This is the Kosas Revealer Extra Bright Corrector. I use the shade Illusion, which is the light peach. This is camouflage for under eye circles. What I love most about this one is that you only need the tiniest little dot and it spreads. Therefore, you're not adding like a ton of product, so it looks so seamless and undetectable. And once you go in with a concealer, you hardly need any to finish the rest of the job. If you're someone who has some dark circles and once you add your concealer, you can still see that sallowness or the green or blue tinge, adding a color corrector into the mix is going to be a game changer, because once you cancel that color out, you're going to notice that you don't need as much concealer as you thought you did. You won't lead to any creasing or crepiness under your eyes because you're going to be using so much less product. The last one I loved was the Becca under eye corrector, and it's not the same since the Smashbox recipes. I don't find it to be the same, or maybe my under eyes have changed, but this one works so well for me. And the concealer I wanted to highlight is the IT Concealer Bye Bye Dark Spots Concealer and Serum. So if you're someone who likes those types of concealers that feel just like a serum but has a lot of coverage, you're going to love this one. It's a bit adjacent to the Kosas Revealer Concealer, the LYS Concealer, the Tower 28 Serum Concealer, but this one's just a bit better in my opinion because it does have a setting quality to it. It does dry down and blur out without highlighting the texture under your eyes. It's so good. I haven't fallen in love with the new setting powder in so long. It's still these two here. My favorite is still the Huda Beauty Loose Setting Powder. I like the unfragranced one. This is a great powder for all over my skin. Usually I will go in with an under eye powder and then a different one for the rest of my face just because I want some different things. But this one is so blurring and it sets my makeup far enough. It's amazing everywhere. The Kosas Cloud Set is a good example of one I like to use on my face, but not so much under my eyes. I'm going to show you right now. It's also one I love to blot my skin with or like retouch my skin because look at how dramatic this is. And this paired with more blurring foundations, say like the Urban Decay Face Bond, the results are crazy. But I love this one. It just cuts the shine, adds a ton of blur. Like it makes my skin look unreal, but it doesn't cut like all of the shine out of your skin so you don't look uncanny or like too powdered. It still looks great. For bronzers and contours, this has been one of the products of the year for me for sure. The Rare Beauty Contour, although I use it more as a bronzer. I love this stuff so much. Sometimes with liquid products, especially ones from Rare Beauty, can be so pigmented, but this one is so workable and user-friendly, and I've worn it so much throughout the year. It's such a good quality product. Nice and serumy, but not to the point where it's so greasy that it picks up your foundation, and it looks incredible each and every time. And it does have a bit of a sheen to it. It's not this glowy once it's on your skin. It's still a little bit wet, and because it's a thicker swatch, it is going to look a little bit more dramatic, but on your skin it just looks natural, which is so nice. A natural finish. It's gorgeous. And honestly, Makeup by Mario has you covered when it comes to bronzer and whatever type you like. I love his cheek products so much. So if you want something a bit more full glam and like sculpting, the Sculpt Stick will be incredible. You can blend it out so it gets more natural as well for sure. But if you like to really build it up sometimes, this is a great option. The colors are amazing too. The texture is really nice. Sometimes with stick products, they can lean a little bit greasy or balmy. This one has more of a souffle texture. If you've been watching me for a while, this product is no stranger to my channel. This is the Skin Enhancer. So this is one that's better suited for natural makeup looks or like everyday makeup looks. I do like to pair this with like full glam too. Like it does end up matching the vibe, but you can see here it has a way lighter coverage level and it is a balm, so it has that more see-through texture, but it does have like a little bit of a powdery thing to it too once it sets on your skin, so it doesn't go away as your like hair grazes your face and such. It stays put. It's such a good one. Raved about it for years. And if you're just a classic powder person, The powder bronzer is lovely. This is what I'm wearing all over my face today. This is a good one. It's not so pigmented, which I'm like, thank goodness, because more and more I'm seeing bronzers being launched and they're like full pigment, full opacity, and I think that that's so crazy. I love this one because it applies in layers. You can build it up slowly, and I think that's just way better, because then you're not there stuck with a muddy mess and you're panic blending, and that always seems to happen when you're in a rush, but not with this one. And if you're a big fan of blurring products, this is one of the most blurring powder bronzers I've tried. I did not hold back for blush, which I guess is on brand. So if you're in Canada, MAC is available at Sephora. I think they're coming soon to the US. I think I saw a post, but the Glow Play blushes, my favorite blush formula that they have, so good. My two favorite shades are True Harmony and Blush Please. So this is a powder cream hybrid. They feel like little clouds and they're a squishy souffle texture. And they do have a little bit of a shimmery pearl additive, so it just looks incredible on your skin. So that was the shade True Harmony. This is Blush Please right here. So a little bit more of a pinkier option. I love this in the summer and fall, and then this is usually like my winter and spring. But it's a delightful formula. If you're just transitioning from powders into creams, this is a good one to get you used to the creamier blend out, or if you just want the best of both worlds. Sorry. My newest favorite blush here is the Ilia Soft Focus Blurring Blushes. This is in the shade Wander. It almost applies like a 2-in-1 because it has that very blurring powder base, and then it also has a built-in little highlight, which is so nice. So I like to apply this higher up on my cheeks just to get that 2-in-1 effect going. This is such a stunning. So if you tend to like baked blushes and highlights and such, I think you'd be a big fan of this. It wouldn't be a favorite blush section without mentioning the Patrick Ta blushes. My number one favorite is She's So LA. I think this is such a versatile color and of course product because it's a 2-in-1. I love to use this specific color all over my face, so I'll use it almost like a blush bronzer hybrid, or I'll use this shade all over my eyes, and it's such a flattering color. And this formula is always so fun, to experiment with. You can try a whole bunch of different layering techniques. His way to go about it is powder first, and then with a sponge a little bit of the cream on top. I don't really enjoy doing that because I tend to like apply way too much blush. I always just go in like the classic way. Creams first, then powder after. I love his duos. And the shade I'm wearing today is She's Seductive. Thank you. But it's this one, just like a really light berry shade. And what's so fun about his blush line, especially these days, he has so many different colors to offer. So from these really light nudie tones for lighter skin tones, and nudes for deeper skin tones, as well as like these really flashy, punchy colors, which are so gorgeous. If I'm not using She's So LA, I'm using one of these, and they all kind of look the same. This is Not Too Much, She's Seductive, and this one over here is She Goes to the Gym. I just quickly swatched them. So we have She's So LA, Not Too Much, She Goes to the Gym, and She's Seductive. I believe those are featured in every single one of my recommendations videos since they've come out. My favorite liquid blush are the Huda Beauty blush filters. My two favorites, I'm speaking faster than I can swatch, are Strawberry Cream and Coco Loco. Coco Loco looks way too deep for me, but if I really sheer it out, it turns into kind of like a chocolatey mauve, which is so pretty. It has such a blurring quality to it, but it also has this gorgeous creamy glow. It's not because of its actual texture, it's because it does have a pearl that makes it look a little bit glossier, but it's dry on your skin. One of my newer favorites that's pretty similar to the Stay blushes are the ones from Glow Recipe. This is in the shade Berry Flush. This one is maybe a little bit more liquidy, more serumy, and it has a shimmer to it. And if you love this type of formula, but you do find that they fade on you, this is an incredible one. I can't find my freaking favorite color in it, which is Dawn Patrol. This is the Cali Ray SoCal Super Bloom Lip and Cheek Hydrating Soft Stain. It looks exactly like the Say and the Glow Recipe, even in the doe foot, but it sets down and it stains, so it lasts a lot longer. Now, the last thing I want to mention for base is this. This is my new favorite setting spray, but it has like a setting powder in it, which is so cool. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. So it's a mattifying setting spray. What I love so much about this is that it like blends all of the best things from a classic liquid setting spray, but it also locks everything in and like seals your face like the One Size setting spray. So it's just a 2-in-1 for me. It just secures everything in place. I don't have any of it on. I like to hide my hair from it though, because it does add like a starchy residue in my hair, but make sure you got your face nice and coated. And it doesn't make me sneeze, which is so nice. I apply it like all my setting sprays, so I'll let it kind of sink in, and then I'll go in with a puff or my sponge just to press down any of my hairs or anything. So again, if you're someone who has an oilier complexion or your makeup tends to disappear throughout the day, try this. This is actually so good. Now for eyeshadow palettes, I have my classic core favorites as well as some newer ones. So for my core favorites, it's always going to be my Makeup by Mario babies here in warm and neutral. I use these all the time still. I love the formula, and you just get everything you need to build an eye look. My other core palette is this one from Patrick Ta, the Major Dimensions 3. It just has everything you need, plus these 2 creams, which you can use to build up the intensity of your looks or use them as eyeliners or whatever your mind can come up with. You get a gorgeous row of warms and cools. The 3 mini palettes he brought out recently are calling my name, although I have it all right here. The mini palettes, I just frothing at the mouth a little bit. Now for my newer favorites, that goes for the Hung Van Gogh palettes here. I love how they're similar size to the Makeup by Mario ones, so it's just easy to throw into a kit or if you're traveling somewhere. So this one is the fun green one, but the one I use the most is kind of the boring one, I guess, the Wonderful Warm palette. But these are fun. They have a variety of different textures, from cream mattes to classic mattes to metallics and satins. So if you're a big fan of textures and layering, this type of palette is really fun to work with. His palettes have been inspiring me a lot, and I needed to talk about this masterpiece here. This is the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 7 Freedom palette. So this one's set up the same as last year's, but this one's cool because it has the addition of mattes. I am still working on a 3 looks 1 palette on this bad boy, but isn't she stunning? I love how you get kind of like a cool tone, neutral, and a warm themed palette, but these colors are just outerworldly. Again, these palettes are definitely made for like the makeup enthusiasts and lovers and those who love all things shimmer and texture, because in this palette alone there's 10 different formulas. My favorites are always these kind of light shifting ones, and they're so incredibly stunning. And this looks gorgeous on camera here, but in person, when you can see all of these tones just completely shifting and changing colors right in front of your eyes, it's so much more magical. I think because the additions of the mattes in this one, it has become my favorite just because of the versatility. Although with the other versions from past years, of course, I have like these Makeup by Mario palettes that I can use on the side, of course, but it's just nice to have the mattes added in there just for ease of use, and like you don't have to think about it much more. I just like it a lot. Now for eyeliners, the Hung Van Gogh pencils have been replacing a lot of my older favorites, which is kind of wild. The gel one is amazing if you like a liner that dries down, or if you like to wear eyeliner in the waterline. It's such a great formula. This one is in the shade Tie It Together, and you can see it has a lot of spread. So you have so much working time, which is so nice when it comes to these types of liners. Once you're done working it in, it locks in and stays put. Now for the kohl pencil, I love using this for smokier looks. Again, you get so much workability. It doesn't lock in all of the way like the gel one does. So this one remains a little bit more on the powdery side. Acts very similarly like the Makeup Forever Artist Pencils, if you're familiar. I love the colors, the tones, and the formula. That's going to lead us now into lip liners, one of my favorite categories ever. I'm going to talk about the Makeup by Mario ones first. I love these. These are the 4 shades I love the most: Smoky Pink, Spice Chai, Tan, and Travis. Here, I'll hold my hand like this so we can see them a bit better. Smoky pink is so unique, and Spice Chai has been my most worn lately, especially in the fall. It just has that gorgeous chocolatey hue. This is such a nice reddish leaning brownie shade, and this has such a cute like camel, kind of pink, kind of brown leaning contour shade. But this formula is so lovely. It's in a classic sharpenable wood pencil form, so you can get it to be super sharp if you'd like. I love this because it's super creamy, blends out, and it has a really nice soft blurred effect, so it doesn't give too much of a crisp lip line. I also love the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencils Extremes in the shade Wherever Walnut and Anywhere Caffeine. I'll swatch those as well. So these ones dry down. This is a great formula if you love wearing like lip treatment balms or glosses. This type of formula will lock in a lot better and hold up. I still have so much love for the original Artist pencils too. The shade I wanted to highlight is Universal Earth. This is my most loved pencil of theirs. I mean, like, look at that color. It is so gorgeous. I wanted to highlight one holiday kit. This is the only one that really caught my eye this year. It's the Artist Color Pencil one. But in here you get 5 minis of the most popular shades. So this is great for traveling or your purse. I love these every time they come around. So in this one you get the shades Anywhere Caffeine, Wherever Walnut, Limitless Brown, Endless Cacao, and Boundless Berry. I'm actually gonna swatch those so you can see the shades on my hand. I'll be back. So here are the 5 shades you get in that little kit. So Boundless Berry, Limitless Brown, Endless Cacao, Anywhere Caffeine, and Wherever Walnut. This pencil formula will give you a more powdery, soft, silky look, which if you want something a bit more subtle or like blurred out, this is a great formula to reach for. Since you can get MAC at Sephora, these are my 6 favorites in their lip liners. So my ultimate all-time favorite is Root for Me. It's so lovely. Greige is so cool, literally and just generally, it's such a cool color. Then we have Cork, which is kind of a yellow based brown. This is Chestnut, which is a more neutral ranged brown, whereas this is like a reddish brown. And then we have Whirl, such a classic, and Cool Spice, which is great for every day. I have worn one of these every time I've gotten ready for so long. These are the Huda Beauty lip liner stains, lip contour stains, sorry. These don't swatch very well on your hand. You can't get a good representation, so they kind of bleed into like the little fine lines on your hand. You only have to apply these once throughout the day, which is so fun. And then you have that lip liner insurance the whole day through. So we have warm brown, soft nude, and toasty brown. So now all that's left are some lip products. I really condensed this section. I just wanted to highlight like my top favorites in a few categories. So I have 2 mattes and 2 glossier items. So of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about this. This is the Prada lipstick in their soft matte lipstick texture. This is the shade B101. There's 2 shades I have my eyes on right now. I don't know what they are. I'll put them up on screen. I'm really considering purchasing them, but this lipstick has truly been my emotional support lipstick the last little while. It goes with me everywhere I go, even if I'm just going to like the trash room in my apartment. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but hardly. If you're someone who likes those more souffled lipsticks that look matte, but they don't really feel matte, this has such a luscious texture. It's very silky and soft, and it has my favorite thing, a blurring quality to it. So it blurs out the texture of your lips. Very comfortable, fun to reapply. I just can't stop talking about this one, so I'm just gonna move on. I've featured this product so much in recent videos. You guys are probably so sick of me. Another one that has a bit of a similar texture is the Merit Matte formula. I prefer this formula over their original, like more satin. It has that moussey airy texture, which is so lovely, and this color Equestrian is just unreal. This is one I like to apply full on or sheared out, and it looks so nice. Now for glossier things, this is the one I've been wearing throughout the video. It's the Makeup Forever Super Boost Gloss. My 2 favorite shades, Boundless Berry, which is on my lips right now, and Limitless Brown, which has the gorgeous glitter in it. They're described as plumping glosses, but they don't have like a spicy thing to it at all. Maybe like slightly cooling, but I think they're called plumping glosses because they add so much volume. It fills in any little texture ever, and it makes your lips look so juicy and glossy and glassy. Very plush feeling. I love pressing my lips together when I'm wearing this. Very luscious. And the last product I wanted to highlight is the Laneige Glaze Craze Tinted Lip Serum. I have the shade Chocolate Frosting, but this is my favorite tinted lip treatment now. It is so glassy, but it adds a ton of color and it's never patchy. And also the applicator feels so nice when you're applying it to your lips. I just wiped off what's on there, but it looks like a little puffy donut. I won't say what my first thought was, but I'll just stick with the PG puffy donut. But it's so fun, so squishy, and very satisfying feeling once you're applying it to your lips. But this is so nice and nourishing, exactly what you would want from like a skincare first product. But the tint is just so lustrous and gorgeous. It's really, really impressive. But there is my mega list of recommendations of products you can get from Sephora. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'll have everything I talked about listed and linked in the description down below, so feel free to check that out. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!